here, back with day 7 of our grounding challenge. First of all, for those of you who don't know me, who are just tuning in, thank you for joining us. My name is Karina Cho. I'm a Divine Life Mastery Coach. I'm a spiritual healer and Akashic Soul Records reader. And I help you to live your most divine life in this human experience that you're having here on earth. So first of all, I want to say thank you. Wow, what an overwhelming response I got to this grounding challenge that we had. Thank you for posting in Facebook. A lot of you posted outside of Facebook. That's okay. You posted and you shared your experiences with me. And I know that it was hard to follow all 7 days, but whatever you followed meant that that was the day that you were supposed to engage in this whole grounding exercise. So congratulations. And as I mentioned, I am giving away 2 gifts where you can get access to your soul Akashic reading records and find out how to move into your divine being and live this beautiful human experience. So I will be kind of checking in probably about 5 days. I'm going to give you some time to do a little bit more grounding work, maybe put together a little summary of what you learned and how it's helping you. I received some already. So probably by Friday, I'm going to cut off the contest and wait for your responses to come in so you have time to go back and look at the information and do some of the things that worked best for you. Maybe you'll dive into listening to choices. Maybe you'll dive into the experience of doing nothing and just listening to my meditation. Today's grounding 7-day challenge is connecting yourself to your higher self. So what does that mean? I want to take this really down to earth so you can understand this and so that you know that this is how you are supposed to be living. So you've heard me say connect to your higher self. Your higher self is not out there, over there, everywhere. It is who you are. There are 2 selves. There is the self that is part of divine creation. So you decided this spirit being, this light, wanted to come in a body and experience and express yourself fully as a soul. Then what happened is ego came along. And ego is the part of us that has free will. So say divine self knows something that's good for you and it decides to take you down the path that's correct for you and ego doesn't feel like it, it'll say, I'm not going to do that. I don't feel like it. Ego loves to be right. It likes to be heard. It likes to be valued. It likes to be the center of attention. Now, it's okay when it's in balance, but ego takes you away from really having that experience that you worked so hard for to come in as this light into this dense body to experience fully who you are. This is my whole goal and mission for you, is to align to that place inside of you that is truly a fun human experience. So when you align to your divine self, you are living the way life was supposed to meant to be, right? Abundance, things get easier, you're happy, you're having fun, you're not upset that you're in this human body, you're not upset about all these things happening. You actually live from a place of love, because when conflicts show up in your life, what happens is ego wants to take you down that road that makes it a little bit more difficult and challenging to deal with it, where divine self wants to take you down a road to step back and look at it without reacting, coming up with the best answer, being the most clear, the most grounded, and then responding from a place of love and from responding from a place of truly caring for you in this human being body. So, as I mentioned, the 2 gifts will be a soul Akashic reading records. So we're going to understand this soul that came into the body, what may be blocking you from actually moving back to living from your most divine self? What are some of those belief systems, that you can't see because of the shadows hiding out in your subconscious. We're going to clear that out. And you're going to see the path that was possibly the path you were supposed to take, and get back to living an abundant, enjoying this human experience life. So today my challenge is to take a look at the last 5 or 6 days and ask yourself these questions. Ask yourself which one resonated with you the most. How was the experience of the meditation for you? And possibly think about, where is it that you think you need to work on in yourself? Where is it that you think you're being more ego than more divine? Where is it that we have the opportunity to go, okay, you know what? The ego's really strong here, and I keep reacting the same way to the situation. I want to act from my divine self. When you act from your divine self, it's much easier. You flow with life. The conflicts still come. The stress may still come, but you become aware of it a lot quicker, and you use these spiritual-based tools such as grounding, which is one of many, that can take you right back and align you to your divine self and not keep you in this split personality. So doesn't that sound like a place that you would want to live? I know that's why I do the work that I do, because I absolutely love living in divine self. And I'll be honest with you, it is not always easy. Ego is so strong. Conflicts outside stuff. But one thing I know about starting this work is accepting that you create everything that's in your life. I know, right? You create everything that is in your life. And some of it really sucks, the stuff that we created, and some of it's really awesome. We first have to accept it and then become aware of what have we created and how can I create a better life for myself? How can I create this beautiful human experience that I'm supposed to be having here today without getting lost to the way I used to deal with things if it didn't serve you? Okay, so also aligning with divine self keeps you in a healthier state. Your body is healthier, more vitality comes into you, your life is filled with more people that are supporting you, loving you, and caring you, more love comes into you. Like, it really is, a kumbaya. And I often tell my students that are with me in meditation class that, the reason why these yogis and like hippies sit in a circle and they're all love and happy is because they have tapped in to the kumbaya, to the divine self. They learned how to go back to that place inside of them. They remember that this was the purpose, to have a human experience by being connected to your divine self. And whatever that human experience is for you, right? You're living it right now. You are that human experience. So yes, they sit around and they're happy and they're divine, and this is why I love it too, because I can get myself back in that place even when things get tough, right? And I'd rather live here on earth in an easy way rather than a conflict way. But do not get this wrong. The ego can be tricky and it can be difficult, but the ego can also be, let's just say, it could be the soul's friend, right? It could be the divine friend, because it's kind of the opposite, right? If you think about it, polarities, negative, positive. Negative, positive doesn't matter. Like, negative's not really bad and positive's not really bad or good. It's just that the two need each other so that you can become aware of what it feels like to live in divine self and what it feels like to live in ego self. And then the more you live in divine self, the ego starts to slide away even more. And you bring it under control, and you become the master, life master, of your own human experiences. So I hope you got a beautiful taste of these grounding exercises, the knowledge that I shared with you. Go back and listen to it. Even if you don't really retain it, just listen to it. It's being input into your subconscious to help you think differently. And again, thank you so much. Go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to these videos. I'm going to have it up for another week, and then I'm going to be taking the grounding YouTube videos down. because I'm actually going to be offering this as an online course that I'm working on right now. And the other thing is, go to my YouTube channel and subscribe, because I'm always giving free education. I'm always teaching. I'm always taking a look at how we can evolve into our divine self even more and live from that space. Some topics will be meditation 101, how to quiet the mind, quiet the ego, and get in contact with divine. I'll be talking about the real evolution in the mind, how we can move to our higher consciousness, which is basically our divine self. How we can tap into intuitively knowing what we need when we need it without looking for people to give us the answers, okay? So thank you for joining. Check out my website. Right now it's called yogaoffthemat.ca. I will be changing it soon. I'm working on one, and it's going to be called Awaken Soul, full of beautiful trainings. I'm continuing to write. I will let you know what platforms. I will post them in Facebook for you. And thank you all for showing up, you beautiful, brave, heroic souls. I love you, and I hope you had a great experience. Speak to you soon. Bye.